Fine. So last step, what we had seen. This is my header. Directly, I was extracting from EKKO table, right? For this, I already have a, wherever you get this spiral symbol, you can understand that there is a metadata extension is there. Okay. So if you'll see here, so this one we have already done in the last session. Okay. So facet, we have used the facet, this one and this one. These two we have used. So we wanted to see the vendor details as well as the company code details. So that is why I have added this two as well. Same to same approach, nothing new. Okay. So if you want, I can show that as well. Okay, so this one in front of you, I have created this particular CDS and also use created this annotation. If you see the last recording, okay, so you'll find this annotation as well. Okay, so this is what we have done in the last session. Okay, so same to same approach I followed for vendor. Okay, so this is for vendor. Couple of fields I have taken, as well as there is what is that metadata extension. That should be a metadata extension for this. This one is the metadata extension. This one is the vendor. Okay, so why the spiral is not appearing? There is some problem. Okay. So anyways, sometimes it after activation it don't show. Okay. So it will reflect after some time maybe. Control F2, Control F3. It will show, definitely it must be so. Okay. So you can see here the vendor details, then this one is the company code details, right? This one is the company code details. So then again, I changed instead of EBLN, Bookers, BSTUIP, all those values I changed to PO number, company code. I have used the alias. This is called alias, right? In the CDS, this is called alias. This is how we generally write the code, write the CDS, right? This EVLN will be PO number, PO item. This is the thing I have done, and for each of the annotation, I have created the metadata extension. Now let's review this. I hope I have opened it. Yeah. So this is what is there. So if you'll see, I refresh the page. As soon as I refresh the page, you can see the filter like selection screen. We have the filter is coming by default. And if you click on go, then you can get all the purchase orders, right? And you can see in the below. Okay. So you'll see if I will scroll down, see 30 records is coming, and see this scroll bar, it will reduce, the size will reduce, means next 30 record it is coming, 90 records now, 120 records now. This thing is also handling automatically. This is what we have already seen. And if you click on any of the button, any of the row, then this is the purchase order header details. This is coming from this annotation, this one, PO header details, and this one is the vendor details. Okay, so this one is the vendor details, and this is the company details. Okay, T001, this details is coming from T00, and finally this is the line item details. Here again I am able to see in a tabular format. Up to this, anyone have any question? So this is what we have already discussed last day. Up to this, anyone have any question or want to revise anything? This is all is UI annotation. Okay, so this is only the visualization part. Okay, so UI is specifically on visualization part. We have used the visualization part. Okay, so up to this, any questions?
Like if we want to display the graphs and all those in the UI screen, is it possible with this UI annotations?
Yeah, so UI annotations, actually my last object, there was some graph functionality was there. So
Mm.
what I have done, my simply I exposed the data, the data I mean in OData, and in x-axis and y-axis there are two data. For example,
Yes.
customer and quantity. For
Mm.
example, customer and quantity.
Mm.
So customer is one column, I mean x-axis, and quantity is y-axis, something
Mm.
like that.
Yes.
So they in GUI, sorry, in UI5, in
Mm.
UI5 already for graph there is different mechanism is there. What kind of graph you want to show and all those things are there. So it will
Yes.
be handled in the front end. Okay, two things it will be passed. That will be one x-axis and y-axis value. Then it will be done.
No, no, with that will be done with the help of the Fiori consultant only, right?
Correct, correct, correct.
No, so with this basic annotations and annotations which we are going to write in the CDS, can we do the graphs and all those a type of graphs, line
It
graph,
is
bar
also
graph?
there. It is also there. As per my knowledge, it is also there. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean in rap, I have not done that.
Okay, okay.
Okay, I have not done that. So maybe if I will get chance to work on that, then I will show one demonstration on graph.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so but it is there.
Actually, I have a
It is
requirement right now to do that. I'm just thinking of it.
no. You can ask to your front end developer. I will give you, for example, you are giving company code and quantity, sum of the total for that company code. What is the sales order details is there. For
Mm.
that sales order, what is the total quantity for a month or for the select based on the selection criteria. So
Mm.
that one will be provided in a CDS, and from that CDS will be exposed, and they will consume that in the front end.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so around 5 to 6 application I have done on Graph, and they all the front end developer was expecting this thing. Okay, so this is whenever we are working on any of the Fury application, it is the collaboration between our front end developer and back end developer, right?
Even we
So
have done, but what we have done is like O data service. O data service will be calling as usual, like the tables and all those.
mm,
The O data service has been activated, and we have given to Fiori consultant, like based upon the click on the
correct,
button and all those. They used to play. Like our scope was from O data only.
correct, correct. From the backend side, our scope is only from OData.
Yes.
But what SAP had now in the RAP programming model, actually, what is happening? So this UI annotation is now improving the visualization part also.
Mm.
Now, what SAP has introduced, APM, one flexi programming model is introduced. Okay, that
Mm.
is a very new technology for front end developer. So whatever you are designing in the backend, it will be same as what you can control everything from the backend. Okay,
Mm.
UI part. I mean UI part as well as uh, the backend. Definitely, we are handling the backend things, and UI annotations and UI, through annotations we are able to handle the user interface.
Mm.
Okay, and whenever someone will click on any button or all those functionality, that we will handle in a action.
Correct.
Okay, that we are going to discuss today, how we will create a action and all those things. Okay, so I will explain what about how we will take the decision whether it is going to be managed or unmanaged and all those details.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So regarding the graph, as per my knowledge, yes, it is feasible from the back end as well, but how it will be consumed in the front end?
Mm.
So that is the question. So
Yes.
we cannot directly hand over this particular URL to front end to any of the user.
Mm.
right? So this is only for preview. Here you can see this is just a preview, but it is, you cannot directly hand over this to the front end. Sorry, to end user. You cannot
Huh.
hand over this to the end user. This screen is for our preview only. From here, many things like here it is appearing name. So I want to change it. Label, if I will change this label, then it will change also. And also I can maintain the translation. All
Mm.
those things can be handled from the backend. So
Mm.
that the front end developer is going to take the call whether it will, I will adopt it from the backend or from the front end. And if it is a freestyle, then everything front end developer need to be front end developer need to I mean design.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, if it is, if they are using FPM, flexi programming model, or what is that? Uh, what is that? Mm, simply we will click on next, next, next. There is a
Template.
it's
Wizard.
template kind of thing is there. So we will use the service. It will show all the entity and everything. We will just click on next, 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 and the application will be developed.
Yes.
Okay, there more effort is not required. So whatever you are designing in the backend, everything will be directly reflected in the front end. If
Mm.
that kind of mechanism is there, then yes, we can achieve that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, fine. So then any other questions? Sorry. No, right? Okay. Now, so what we have seen. So this is the root entity, right? So this is the root entity from where this data is displaying, and whenever we will click on any of the row, then it is going to LFA1 table for vendor, E001 table for company code, few items, BBAP, and these details directly extracted from the initial screen. Okay, so in the object page, it is based on association. All those details are appearing. Okay, now, so if we are going to create a behavior definition, we want to create a button. Okay, so for example, I want to create a button. Okay, so where should I add that? Okay, so definitely it will be in the root view entity. Okay, this is the top view. Okay, right, for the timing, I have not defined this as the root. So this is the I mean, topmost entity at this moment. Okay, so if I will create the behavior definition, it will be like behavior definition. So the name must be same with the CDS name. You cannot change this. Okay, now we can see this is uh, not editable. Okay, so whenever you are going to create the behavior definition, you just need to right click. For example, if you create from here, if you create a new behavior definition, and here this is blank, you cannot give any name, right? So similarly, for this, I'm going to create a behavior definition. So if I will create this, now this one is non-editable. The behavior definition must be same as the CDS. Okay. Now if I will click on next, now it is saying this is not a root entity. This is not a root entity. Okay. So it is not allowing me to proceed further. Okay. So what I need to do, simply I make it root. Okay. Simply I made it root. Okay. Done. Now I activate this. I activate this. Now, if I will create the new behavior definition, is it allowing me? Yes, it is allowing me. Okay. Now I will click on finish. Hey, this is managed. Okay. I don't want to create the manage. Okay. Before I take the call whether it is going to be a managed or a non unmanaged. So What are the tables I am using in the backend to display all those things?
EKKO, EKPO,
EKKO, EKPO, then
then T001,
T001, LFA1. All those tables are custom
LFM.
tables, right?
Yes,
All those tables are custom tables, correct?
yes.
Yes.
And
EKKO,
we are using a view for that particular
no,
All
it
are
is a
standard
custom
table.
table. These are standard tables.
standard tables. Yes.
EKK,
Sorry.
EKKO, EKPO, LFA1, T001, all those
01.
tables are the standard tables, right? So
Yes.
can any of the custom application should update these tables? It can, but should update these tables?
No,
Have you written
it should.
any of the program or any of the application, custom applications, which updates directly the standard table? You have written update or modify or any kind of statements. To modify directly, you are modifying any of the standard table. Have you written any of the code like that?
For updating G fields, we are writing. Even if you have append any G fields into that particular table or extended that particular table, then for
Hmm.
that in update to a function module, we are writing it
My question is, have you written
directly.
any
We are
of
not.
the?
No, no,
Yes, it is very much straightforward. We never ever update the standard table. We never ever update the standard table. Okay. Then what is managed and what is unmanaged? Okay. So if you are not modifying directly the database table through custom application, we are not going to modify any of the standard table. So whenever we are using the managed application, the create, update, delete, the CRUD operations will be handled automatically through the framework. You don't need to write any code. Okay, you don't need to write any code. It will directly update the framework will directly write the it will take care of it. Okay, these are the standard tables. If I will use the managed uh, uh, behavior implementation, sorry, behavior definition. So what it will try to do? It will try to directly update the EKKO, EKPO, LFA1 and T001 table. So is it recommended? Definitely
no.
no. Definitely no. It should not be allowed. So what we should do in this case? If my source of data is standard table, then either I can write managed implementation in class this with unmanaged save. Okay, here I can write with unmanaged save. Okay, so if I'm writing with unmanaged save, here it is showing some error. Okay, so if we are writing unmanaged save means whenever you click on save button, at that time it will go to there will be custom method. There will be another method which will take care of save the data. Okay, if you are not writing this, then as soon as you click on save, it will save in the this persistent table. This persistent table directly it will update in the this particular persistent table. So definitely in this case, we are not going to use the managed scenario, managed implementation. We should use the unmanaged. First, we will see the unmanaged. Then we will see uh, one of the managed session, managed implementation. Okay. So why this one is not appearing in my this left panel again? Okay, here it is. I want to delete this. This is the wrong I have taken. Okay. So what I will do, I will create the unmanaged. Okay. So here, not here. Here I will right click, then new behavior definition. And here it is selected. It was selected as managed. That is why it was created a managed uh, behavior definition. So let me select the unmanaged. So whenever I will select the unmanaged, we will have everything. Everything will be we have to manage automatically. Okay, so everything means the all the CRUD operation. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, next and finish. Now this is unmanaged implementation in class this. Okay, now let me activate this first. Then there is a implementation class. Unmanaged implementation in class this. Okay, so here which one is only there? Only one the root view entity, initial root view entity is there, so rest is not there. We need to write it manually. Okay, so what we will do, this strict 2 is used to make it I mean anywhere you will find if I'll remove this, let's see, I will remove this, so this error will not appear. So in most of the places, yeah. uh, okay, so here we are not having any error at this moment. So if you will have any error, so it will not allow to activate. Okay, so that is what is the strict 2. Okay, this is the correct one. Yeah, strict 2, and here I think I need to end with this. Okay, then I'm creating a class. Let me create this ZCL and this. Then as soon as I click on this, see what is happening. Control plus 1, create behavior implementation class. Okay, so I create this, finish. See, here there is a create, update, delete, read, lock. Okay, so because of I used unmanaged, that is why whenever the okay, before I explain about that, so there will be two classes. One is LHS, one is started with LHS, that is local handling class, and LHC and LSC. This is local handling class, and this is local saving class. Okay, so here we are having the save method. Okay, we are having the save method, and here we are having create, update, delete. All those methods are there. Okay, so what is the significant? We will see those methods. Okay, okay. Now let me delete this class again. Why I will delete this? I will show you. Activate this. In my primary, in the global class, I don't have any of the method. Everything will be in a local class. Okay, let me delete this. Finish. Okay, now I will make it managed. Okay, then define behavior definition. What is the problem with this? No. Okay, so persistent table EKKO. EKKO. Have you seen? So
So when it
as soon as I have written managed, it is demanding for a persistent table. Means it is expecting where should I save this? Okay, so from this entity, which to which table it will save. Okay, so as soon as I activate this and I will create the implementation class. See, okay, I have deleted that class. Now I am creating the same class again. See, where is the LSC? Only handling class. Only handling class. You don't have read all those three methods: update, create, delete. Those methods are not exist, right? So what you have to do, you have to handle whenever we are using unmanaged, whenever we are using unmanaged. So in at that time, you have to handle everything manually. Okay. So here one more error is uh, saying specification structure. Okay, so this one is there. So one more step, there are many more steps is there, like here the draft will be not enabled. So if I will open it now at this moment, so it will not, still it will not open in edit mode. Okay, because not be locked. Okay, so to activate this, I have activated. Now this is the managed. Okay, and if I will go here, refresh the page, still it will not, the edit button will not appear because this is v4 without draft functionality. See, see one thing, see one thing, only delete is coming by default. Okay, let's see, this data is automatically deleting from EKKO or what? Let's see. Okay, so let me directly, this is the standard table, huh? EKKO. I should not do this. Plus n SC16n EKKO. Oh, sorry, EKKO. And here the purchasing document. Is it there? It must be there. Okay. Let us try to delete. Delete. Delete this object. The message is coming automatically. I am not do writing. I have not written a single line of code. See, our runtime error. So this framework is not supporting. So why it is not allowing? Still, there are many framework is there. So which will be required. Many other things we need to write. But at least you are able to see that before this delete button was not coming. Before this delete button was not coming. So if I will go to here, the navigate to this page, see here, this delete button is coming. Earlier it was not coming. Now we can see this delete button is coming. Okay, so this is because of the behavior definition. This is because of the behavior definition. What it means, behavior definition is responsible to give the additional functionality like the CRUD operation or any actions. All those things will be handled using this behavior definition. Okay, so this code is looking little bit of different. This code is also looking little bit of different. This is called behavior definition language. Okay, so this is completely again a new language. So this is not very difficult language, but this is uh, behavior definition language is very used to write the code in the behavior definition. Okay, So according to whatever the code you are writing in the behavior definition, so we need to write accordingly. The method also will be generated, and we have to write our code inside the method. Okay. For the timing, what I am trying to do, for example, this delete, let me comment this out, and I will remove this, create this. So define behavior definition. So as soon as we will remove this, it will show error. Okay. So what I will try to do, I will not use any CRUD functionality. Okay. So what I will try to do, I will delete this method, delete this class again. What is that? This one. I will delete this class. Okay. And I will make it unmanaged. Okay. So as soon as I made it unmanaged, it is giving an error that persistence tables can only be specified for the implementation types managed. Okay. So persistent table will be handled automatically. Okay. So why this one was giving error, delete was giving error? Because in my entity, in my entity, what is this? PO number. But in database table, what it is? EBLN. So how it will map? How it will map? We have to write some mapping in the CDS, sorry, in the behavior definition, then only it will work. Okay, that is why it was giving error. Okay, so here, sorry, here I will write create. Okay, let me remove the create as well. No need. Let me activate this and let me create the class. I'm trying to make it simple. Okay, so I have not written any create or anything. I will write one by one. Okay. So control plus one, then create the behavior implementation. Next finish. Done. Now only read method is there. Only read method is there, and lock method. These three methods are by default. It is there. Rest is not there. Okay, because I removed create, update, delete over here. Okay, so these things are removed automatically. Then finalize, check before save, save cleanup, all those things are there. So we will discuss few of them, not all. I also never worked in all the methods. Okay, whatever I had worked, so I will try to show that. Okay, then lock master, define this. Let numbering is used for different. Okay, here I can use a alias, that is PO header details. Okay, so I can use a alias. Key tag I'm not using. For the timing, I'm not using all those things. Simply activate. Here also activate. Done. So now if I will see the application, how it looks like, the delete button should be removed. So you can see there is no delete button. Also, there is no checkbox was there. Then what this behavior definition is doing? It's not doing anything. This is completely blank. For the timing, it is completely blank. Simply, I am trying to add a action. Simply, I am trying to add a action. Okay. What I will try to do? Add to custom tab table. Something like that. Okay. So I have created an action. This, then result. This is the syntax. Okay, so that is here we need to give the cardinality. It will decide how many records it will be selected. Okay, then dollar self. Okay, so I'm writing this. This self means if I will see here, so what are other possibilities are there? Self, then this one is there, and you can use the associations, all those things we can use. Okay, so if I'm using this, then this is same CDS, it will refer to the same CDS. And this one is referring, this one will be used for multi-selection or single selection. Okay, now see what it is saying. What it is saying? Action, this is not implemented. Okay, so this action is not implemented. So if I will go here and add to this, and you can see this add to custom table. This one is added. This one is added. Okay, this method is added. See, so add to custom. What it is saying? Does not have action this. Okay, so why it is saying I have not activated this. Now I have activated that warning must be gone. I have activated this. Now you'll see that error is gone. Let me see the signature. Let me see the signature of this one. Okay. What is that? F2. F2 is to see the signature. Key. This one. Okay. From this CDS, this is add to customer. If I will increase this, see, this is the CID reference. This is the PO number is the primary key. And these are the different group. One is key, then one is table key, and another one is primary key. All those keys are there. But here you can see there is a the purchase order is giving. This is the primary key of the table. Okay, so I will show this in debugging mode. Okay, so this is one of the parameter. Similarly, other results is there, mapped is there. So these are different parameters. 5 main parameters are there. For each of the parameters, there is different. Uh, I mean, different purpose is there. Okay. Let me put a breakpoint over here and let's see how it is behaving. Okay. So I cannot see this button for the timing. Let me refresh this page again. Let me refresh this page again and click on go. Still, you will not feel any difference. Still, you will not feel any difference. So what you need to do, you have to add one annotation to display that uh, um, button. Okay, let me show that. So what I will try to do in the line item label, I will try to use one action. Okay, here I will use one action. Okay, so what is that? Position I have given. Then here what I will try to do, use type. This is as action is there, no? Or action. Yeah, something like that. For action. Okay. So this is the, again you have to remember. Okay. So data action. This one is this. Here I will give comma. Data action is here whatever the action I have created in the behavior definition. This one. Data action should be this. Okay. The transaction should be this. And what is the button name you want to give? R2. Okay. So for here, I will give label. I will give the label R2 something. R2 R2 table. Something like that. Okay. Then, okay. So this much I am using, this much annotation I am using. Let me see. With any error? No error. Let's see now. Okay. So this is the annotation which should add one button over here. Let's see. Is it there? Is it there? Yes, it is there, right? So if I will select this, see, R2 table button is enabled. As soon as I select any of the row, so this one will enable this particular button. This is the action button. Okay. Now if I will click on R2 table, see what is happening. My debugger is triggering. My debugger is triggering. See, it is going to my method. What was the method? What were the class different parameters were there? Keys, right? See here. Whatever the purchase order I have selected, whatever the purchase order I have selected, all those things will be uh, appeared over here. Keys, the primary key. Okay. CID reference is used for one of the different purpose. So we will discuss this. Okay. So whenever we are using the association, at that time, this CID reference is generally used. So for the timing, we will park this. Okay. Now it is, I have selected in the screen. If you'll see, I've selected two items, but it is triggering only once. It is triggering, it is getting only one. Okay. Now I hit the F8. See, again, it is going to the second. See, sorry, KUI, KUI. What happened? KUIS, right? So it is the second purchase order is coming. So two times it is coming. So based on your requirement, if you want this one should trigger, both should trigger. I have selected two line items, and I want at a time both should be triggered. Then in that case, what you have to do, you have to add one more annotation, that is in the action button. You have to add one more annotation here. Here, one more annotation you have to add, that is uh, invocation grouping, yeah, something like that. Invocation grouping. Yeah. So here there are a couple of changed state. Okay. So if you are using changed state, then you'll see now two purchase or two ended with 2, 3, and 4. Okay. These are the three purchase order I have selected. So I click on R2 table, then the debugger is going. Now you see the keys, KUIS is, still it is one is coming, while still the call is for three times. It should not. Maybe it is not activated. Before it activated, I have called it. Okay. No, I didn't refresh the page. Sorry. I didn't refresh the page. I need to refresh it. Sorry. Okay. Now, if I will activate, this is activated properly. Let me refresh the page again and click on go and R2 table. Switch. Now the keys should have three. Yeah, right. Now you can see the three purchase orders which I have selected. Those three purchase orders are displaying over here. I are coming in the keys parameters. Okay, this is the standard parameter. Okay, so up to this, any question? Up to this, any question?
Yes, I have. Like
Yes.
the add to custom table. So here
Hmm.
custom table is what?
Custom table, we are
I,
going to actually what is happening. We are not going to modify the standard table.
yes,
We are not going to modify the standard table. EKK, OKPO. We are not going to modify directly, right? What we will do? We are going to perform some activity.
yes.
Okay. So, for example, I am going to modify a custom table. Then, how we will do that? That is what is the. I mean, that is what is the. I am trying to show it. Okay.
Okay. Uh, so how come this debugger is getting triggered? So are we putting any breakpoint or anything? How this is getting triggered?
You are not
Means
focusing
that
on that. You are not focusing. I put the breakpoint now. I have given the breakpoint. See here. Here is the breakpoint. End
oh,
of the method. I put the breakpoint.
okay, okay.
Okay. So
But
here also we can put session breakpoints for other user ID. Okay. So debugger properties here. If you want to debug for any other user, then you can put the debugger for any other user ID. This one is login user. Okay. So that is Eclipse functionality. Okay. So I have not written any line of code, any single line of code. Okay. This is locking mechanism is also there. Read is there. So we will see this. Okay. Now you can ask that initially these three methods was there. Okay. Lock is used generally to lock the table or anything you are trying to lock. Then this one will be used for that. Okay. So that is the purpose of this particular lock method. Get instance authorization. So this one is authorization. If you want to do any authorization, okay, let me put the breakpoint. Okay, so when these methods are getting triggered, okay, I refresh this page, click on go. Okay, when it is triggering, when it is triggering, as soon as I run I mean, I'm trying to extract some data. So I'm this get instance authorization is triggering. So what are the parameters? Again, it is having keys. Okay, so it is having keys. So is it there? Anything? 30 records are coming. In the first, this is the mechanism. I mean, paging concept is already by default, it is coming. This 30 records, it is trying to show PO number. All those PO numbers are appearing over here. So for all those PO numbers, if you want to see, check the authorization, maybe from the company code level or anything, then you check the authorization, and if you want to throw the error message, you just throw the error message. That is what is the purpose of this get instance authorization method. Am I able to clarify this? There is one more place where you can also see the we can use the authorization. You can tell. This is one place. One more place is also there where we can check the this thing. So here, whenever we are creating the CDS, at that time, where authorization check is not required, we have mentioned it as not required. So if we will make it required, then we have to create a access control. We have to create a access control. Inside that access control, we can use the authorization object to check whether this is which is authorized and which is not authorized. Okay, so this is here also we can check, and also in this particular application here also we can check our authorization. This method purpose is that. Okay, let me remove the breakpoint. Okay, right, it's not removing. Right. Okay, let me continue this. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, let us continue this. This locking mechanism, this lock is used to lock any table, and all those things will be used for this particular this locking mechanism, locking the object. This one is used. Okay, let me put the breakpoint. Is it triggering or not triggering? Let me refresh it again. Click on go. Still it is not triggering. Click on add to table. So whenever I am clicking on add to table, then my action method is triggering automatically. Other than that, any other method is calling. So see, whenever I click on add to cart, at that time lock is also triggering. Before it is going to my add to cart method, this lock is triggering. Okay, so if I want to lock any of the table, so we can use this mechanism. Is it clear? Okay, for the timing I have not written any code, that is why it is not writing anything. Okay, then so what is the entity? Whatever, these are the different entities we have created, right? These are the different entities we have created. To manipulate these entities, we need to write the entity manipulation language. Okay, so whenever we are displaying any data, from where this data are appearing? From entity, right? From entity only these data are coming, correct? So before we have implemented any of the this behavior implementation class, the behavior definition, it was giving me the data, correct? It was giving me the data. So these data are coming directly from the entity. To manipulate this entity, we need to use the entity manipulation language. Okay, okay. Let me show that. One second. So what we need to write? Read entities of this. Okay, just a second. Read entities of this entity, then wait, I just forgot that particular syntax. Just a minute. Read entity. Rajiv, you remember this entity
No, sir,
management?
forward, sir.
Huh? Forgot. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. No worries. Let me cross check. Just a minute, huh? Read entities of this entity. What is that? PO header. All fields with result, something like that, with result uh, lt underscore result. Think something like this. नहीं, डाटा नहीं चाहिए. Directly it will use the result, something like that. 1 second. Read entities of the CDS, directly the CDS, this read entity of this in local mode. What is local mode? Why we are writing this? Entity this, all fields with corresponding is, then result data result. This is the okay. So why it is not PO header details? Okay, PO header details. Why it is PO header details? Here I have given PO header details. Okay, so from here it will read. Now here is the fun. Okay, so here I'm trying to read the entity. Okay, activated it. Now I have activated. Okay, let me this one, and let me put the breakpoint here. Let me put the breakpoint here. Also my breakpoint is there in the read statement. Okay, I'm not putting the breakpoint in get instance authorization. I put read, lock, and add customer this method only. Okay, let's see what is happening. Refresh, go, select this to which method it is going first. It should go to lock method. Done. Then it is going to the read. See, as soon as it is getting the read statement, which method it is going? Is it going to the read method? Is it going to the read method? Right? So it is going to the read method. Again, it is coming back to which method? Where I had called. Right? Where I had called. So what about this LT result? Is it getting any value? There is no value. There is no value. Okay. So why it is not having any value? Whenever I am reading, I am trying to read the entity, still it is not returning any value. Keys is already, I have selected 3 rows. I have selected 2 rows. Those values should extract it, right? Why it is not extracting? read, select star from here. I have to write the mapping, otherwise it will not work. Otherwise it will not work. So for the timing, we will park at this moment. Okay, so we will not extend this. Here, I wanted to show that this read statement I need to write manually. Okay, so because I have used the unmanaged implementation. I have used the unmanaged implementation. So that is why we have to write the select statement, and whatever the data I will get, that I will map to the entity. Then only whenever I will write this read entity set, this one will work. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. Next session I will show this. Here also I have to write some mapping statements. So I will show this in the next session. Okay, maybe tomorrow. Okay, any questions? No? Okay, then we can wrap up the call for today.